and Laura Jane Vincent. And Matty has a new album. And Matty, you know that we usually kick off the show with a song. So are you ready?
Yeah.
Right on.
We are.
Let's do it.
It's good to be back. I know I've already told you. I just want to tell you in front of the world that it's good to be back.
It is good to have you. Thank you for coming.
Thank you for having us. Here's one off the new record. I know it's just because my brain is on fire. I know you wouldn't care, and I know you wouldn't mind, but you're on my mind. I know you're blind to it. I've been riding around on 4 flat tires since my death. I've been riding around on 4 flat tires since my death. Maybe I'm not that strong. Maybe I'm not that good at moving on. Maybe I'm not that strong. I already said that. Maybe I'm not that good at moving on. Late last night, I dreamed this before. I had nightmares years ago. And late last night, we all make mistakes. And I made some big ones. Bigfoot size. Ooh, Bigfoot size. Trying to stay steady. Years ago when I was busy, walking and talking and feeling free. There was a time when I still liked me. I woke up from a nightmare at 3:15. Wasn't asleep that long. I've been riding around on 4 flat tires since my death. I've been riding around on 4 flat tires since my death. Maybe I'm not that strong. Maybe I'm not that good at moving on. I dreamed this before. I had nightmares years ago. And late last night, we all make mistakes, and I made some big ones. Bigfoot size. Ooh, Bigfoot size. Ooh, Bigfoot size. Thanks.
That was a good way to start the show.
Matty Sheets with Laura Jane Vincent. And,
That was lovely. Lord
that
Jane,
was
thank you.
awesome. Very nice. Matty, we want to hear a little bit about this new record or album or whatever we're calling them these days, release.
Exactly.
It's
Released.
a recording. Yes, it's an album.
So these songs on the album, have you written them just recently or they're over a period of time?
Let's go with a period of time.
And
For sure.
yeah. And so speaking to that, over the last 3 years with the weirdness in the world, have you, and we've asked a number of songwriters this over the last year or two, has it been a good time for you a creative time for you to be writing songs, or have you reached some sort of block with all this weirdness going on?
Definitely not a block. I'm not sure blocks really exist.
Well, they do for some people.
Of course, I understand.
We've had people come in and say, I haven't written a song in 3 years. So
I understand, and that's unfortunate. And I have friends that are like that too, and I don't understand it because I think all the time. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Sometimes we think so much. There's too much.
Well, hopefully they're archiving, their emotions and their ideas and
that's
little
the plan.
melodies in their heads, and they'll come flowing out. So, want to get on to as much music as we can. But where did we record this new release?
At Black Rabbit Audio, produced by Laura Jane Vincent.
Nice.
Tom Troyer's place.
Yeah, we went and produced it with Tom Troyer, and I think I heard some of my most favorite songs that ended up on this album from the very start of the pandemic. So I think you were writing almost immediately about what was going on.
Well, we heard some of it last week in the recording. It's fabulous. Yeah. But what we really love is to have live music, which we are fortunate to have the two of you now. So,
do you want to do Hit the Road or Steady from the West?
Sure.
Whatever you'd like to play, we'd love to hear.
Okay. This is I feel like plugging a different show while I'm on this show, though. Is that annoying?
Maybe.
No problem at all.
We are public radio. You do that.
Radio is different.
Team sport.
Right?
Team
They're
sport.
on radio
Yep.
too. We opened with the Martha Bassett show with this song.
We love them.
Yeah, I love them too.
Yeah.
And this album is full of a lot of special guests and artists, and I'm going to do my best to impersonate one of our favorite guests on the album. Stacey Rinaldi sings on this song with Matty on the record, and I'm going to do my best Stacey Rinaldi impression right now.
Oh my gosh. Yes. You'll hear her on here. The one that sounds like Billie Holiday on the record, that's Lady Rinaldi. Steady from the west, it climbs in like the sun on my chest. I'm arrested by all these greens crawling over you and me. The system broke down, but the birds sound pleased.
Do 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 do. Do 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 do.
Don't wanna find system broke down, but the birds are talking to Emily. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. Cool yard jets, old man. We've got plenty of time left. The mask don't lie, but my mind could have turned us around. The system broke down, but the birds are talking to Emily. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do.
Very
Matty
nice.
Sheets, live here in the studio with a little bit of Stacey Rinaldi on backup vocal. I mean, Laura Jane Benson.
Matty, that is such a nice sounding and a beautiful looking ukulele. Is it a baritone size or what size?
Tenor.
Tenor. Nice. Awesome. So you had to learn new fingering? I think
No,
Oh.
it's the same, but
Is
I
it?
used to play at concert. I still play my concert a lot, but I made the mistake of picking up Laura Jane Vincent's tenor
I play it tonight.
during Glendon Fest.
Oh, it was addictive.
It was just right there. It was like
Very
I
nice
couldn't
size.
walk by it, you know. I don't drink anymore. I was going to sleep probably, you know, when the party was starting.
So your vice is ukulele.
Indeed.
Suppose so.
Indeed. It was very important to Matty to celebrate all the different styles of ukulele on this record. There are 4 to 5 different types of ukuleles on this record.
Well, and I noticed that lots of folks pick up a ukulele and it's mostly strumming.
Yes.
But you're doing a lot of finger picking
Yeah.
and bending notes too, bending strings, and it sounds fantastic.
Thanks. It's really fun. I really love playing ukulele nowadays.
Uh-huh.
It's like I can play it anywhere, you know. I practice while I'm in bed, you know, which I am in bed quite often because I live with MS. And it's just like I could practice in a moving car, which I did and almost got in a car accident with Emily Stewart. But
Wait,
it's
were you
possible.
driving
We don't
or was
practice
she
as
driving?
much
She's driving.
in the car now.
I don't drive.
Yeah, it was really great one of my favorite things about the record that Matty made sure of is when we did the credits, he not only listed everybody that helped him out and was on the record, but he listed what type of ukulele they played and what type of wood it was made out of.
Oh,
Yes.
nice.
I loved that detail.
I
And
just
you know-
love
the
that
details.
people love that. I
No,
love
the
that.
gearheads will look for
Yeah,
that.
people were responsive to it.
Yeah.
The ukulele community is lovely, and you
Hello
know,
to the ukulele community. Hello, everyone.
Yeah.
We like to say hello to the ukulele
Yes.
community
And
every
the
time
wood
we can.
on this one is
this is mahogany.
mahogany.
It's
I
beautiful.
was going to guess koa, so there you go.
My
sounds
other,
not far off.
I do have one koa concert, and then another mahogany concert. The really exciting thing, though, is that I found these strings from Hawaii from this other podcast. Believe me, I love this podcast. But I have watched other podcasts. The ukulele site in Hawaii, they're so cool. Their show is so cool.
You can say the name if you want to.
I just
yeah, the
did.
ukulele side.
Oh, that was it, the ukulele.
Yep.
set. Okay.
It's the ukulele site, you said?
Yes. And one
Google.
of them, I think it's under Hawaii Music Supply, maybe, because that's what it used to be called. Anyway, what was I saying?
You were just
Strings.
talking about strings.
Yes,
on the ukulele.
strings. They make these Logic strings there, and they're really cool. On my concert, they're thick strings like this, it kind of sounds more like a tenor. It's pretty cool.
I didn't know as much about ukulele until we made this record together with Tom. It was really eye-opening to learn a lot about ukulele from Matty. So he taught me a lot.
Always used Avila strings, I think.
I don't know that
I think
brand.
they're made in Italy, but now I have to look for the Hawaiian strings because that sounds like the appropriate.
Found it. Found the rabbit
She's on
hole.
it.
Yeah.
What were the red strings? Can I ask Matty what the red strings were?
Aquila.
Those were cool. I'd never seen that either.
Those
There
were cool too.
That's what I meant.
They were
Aquila,
bright
not
red.
Aquila, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, they were bright red ones, and I always thought that was neat.
That was the first set of low G. This is a low G, so it's like different than typical like soprano concerts will have a high G. So
Yeah,
this
your
is
dog
low,
does
so
not have fleas at all.
no fleas, and it spreads out bigger. You know, it's
Yeah.
just like I play a lot by myself or with Laura, and like if this spreads out a little more,
No, it
Can you
sounds
spread
great.
out a little bit more with another song?
Absolutely.
let's spread it on out. This next song's called "Spread It On Out" for chocolate.
That would have been great. Which one are you doing, boss?
Good question, boss. We just did City for Lewis. You want to do Ghosts?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay.
I'm just going to keep singing with you.
Sure.
I wrote you a letter again today. Put it in the stack, labeled to send. But I never will. I guess that's the end. I'm not imagining ghosts anymore. And to that I give oath. I'm not imagining ghosts anymore. And to that I give oath. They told me writing it would help. Maybe it did. I didn't burn it yet. Didn't send it yet either. But maybe this is as close as I'll get. I'm not imagining ghosts anymore. To that I give oath. I'm not imagining ghosts anymore. To that I give oath. Ooh. didn't burn it yet. I'm serious, I can promise you I'll never have a baby. I'm not imagining ghosts anymore. Ooh, to that I give oath. I'm not imagining ghosts anymore. Ooh, to that I give oath.
Yay.
Thanks.
Matty Sheets, Laura Jane Vincent live here in the
you.
studio.
Hey.
Matty, did you choose Laura Jane Vincent just because her voice sounds so good with yours?
I mean, what do you think?
It's a leading question that I like.
Yeah.
Totally a yes.
I love singing with Matty, and what was crazy about realizing singing just with him by the two of us on that song, there's so many beautiful voices on that track on the record. I highly
Yeah.
recommend y'all listening to it. Ashley Virginia came in and did vocal arrangements for us for that, and it's mixed beautifully. I think that song shows off some of Tom's mixing talent.
And we're going to hear some of that
Yeah.
on the final segment of the
Yeah.
show between 7:30 and 8, right?
We'll play you some
Yes.
gems.
All right.
For sure.
So, Matty, talking about songwriting, do these wonderful songs just come out all in one piece beautifully, or do you have to work through them and craft them, or share with us how that magic works?
It depends. They all feel different. I feel like I'm not, or we are not really in charge. It's just like, here's an idea. Like, what are you going to do? I have to go to freaking bowling practice. I can't do anything. And somebody else will get the idea, and perhaps it's Kim. And then Kim's like, hey, I got an idea. Blah, blah, blah. Boom. I don't have to go bowling, right?
Sounds like
What
a
was your
win.
question again?
This song, can you
I
talk about
think-
how you wrote this song, Matty, in
I think
particular?
you answered it.
Yeah, that works. Ghost, though, was written kind of... I liked watching Matty write this song. He wrote it at our house
Yes.
in Glendon. He was visiting for the weekend a while back, and it was really cool to watch this song just appear out of nowhere.
That was fun.
He was playing drums with his feet and playing that riff over and over and over again.
So
And I
when
got on
they
the
don't
keys,
come
and it was
out
cool. Mm-hmm.
perfect right out of the chute, what sort of things do you think about how to change them, or you just it's sort of subconscious?
Well, like that time, like Laura just said, I played it over and over and over and over and over. And then I was like, hey, what if I play guitar and drums with my feet? Like, let's make it more complicated. And
Broke it up, though. It made it happen.
But at some point, you know when it's there and when you like it, and to leave it
I
alone.
think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. It's like a painting or a drawing, My mom used to always say a good artist knows when to stop. And I'm not saying that I always know when to stop, but I'm aware of that concept. So that's better
good.
than not being aware of it, I suppose,
Absolutely.
right?
Well, it's interesting. We've had artists on the show that, because they're on the show, they have to dial it back and strip down what they usually do, which is more produced type of music. And we have almost universally told those artists, we like what we're hearing right here. Without, like, the production is great and they do some fine records.
Sure.
But also,
We like the real and the raw.
yeah, and in this age, you know what I was thinking of for some inexplicable reason? You have a divergent mind, I can tell. It goes into some fun places. And I, too, as you were singing, for whatever bizarro reason, I started thinking of AI, artificial intelligence, because we're in it right now. And I thought to myself, this is the most real and raw kind of thing that I want to be present for right now, because we don't know anymore what's real and
It's
what's
really true.
not.
That was an excellent point,
No,
Kim. You're
I'm
right.
totally with you. Can I read one line from something I'm working on,
Yes.
please?
We were
I'm
talking
here
about
for
this on the way up. It's
free
funny you bring that
poetry.
up. That's pretty cool.
I'm doing a deep dive right now into AI understanding so I can help develop and understand it
Yeah.
and be ahead of my 12-year-olds.
Well, that was just what Matty was speaking of moments ago about ideas bouncing from his head to Kim's head.
It's pretty perfect.
That's
Clearly it
dangerous.
worked.
I think it happens. Elizabeth Gilbert really gets into that in her book Big Magic.
Yeah.
It's so cool about writing. Tom Waits talks about when he's driving his car and he gets an idea for a song and he's like, "Can't you see I'm driving?"
Busy.
Yeah.
And then, he can't write while he's driving, so, he'll let it go. But then he may hear it from, like, Leon Redbone or somebody else is like,
It went off
Kirk.
to someone
Kirk
else.
is like, "Oh, I got this idea
I love
about
that.
Yeah.
this freaking car that
Sure
Tom
glad
Waits
Matty
just-"
was driving and not.
I love that
let,
whole
let me have
Eternally
the song.
grateful.
to think about. It feels a lot better, but you feel like you're not losing things. You're just kind of, well, that wasn't the time for me to take it, so another artist got it instead. So it makes
Yes.
you more
Yeah.
mindful. I love that concept. It's
In
beautiful.
that book, she talks about her friend who was a writer, and they were talking about an idea, and she was like that won't work or something or whatever. And she's like, yeah, I'll just put it aside. She started it and then did put it aside. And then a different friend, started writing the same very specific book, very specific setting, all of it, right?
Wow.
It's like, wow.
Crazy.
No.
So you were going to read something from the book.
I can't find it, but it
Oh, okay.
it says, oh, here it is. No, a robot didn't write this. It came from my pen using black ink in my notebook.
Just for the record.
Just
Right
so
there.
just so you're clear.
Isn't that something that a robot would say, though, or write down?
Suspicious.
I mean, I guess. Would you like to look at it?
I trust that's your
Okay.
handwriting.
Bob, you think when Robot Kim comes in, we'll know the difference, or have they refined the technology to where? How will we
I'm
tell?
getting
The
all
perfume is a
super
tell.
excited about Robot Kim now.
I'm
Ew.
excited for a robot version. Let's
Ew.
do some work, Help me out with some extra work.
Nah,
And
the
on that,
glasses
Bob
are
is
tell,
freaking
too.
me out.
Tammy says, hey.
Hi,
Dean
Tammy.
Wilson says, hey.
Aw.
And asks where Matty might be playing live, where folks can
That's a great question.
see Matty live.
Not on top of this chocolate bar, but I could.
Yes, you could.
Tell them about open mic, Maddie.
I host open mic every Tuesday at the Green Bean in Greensboro. It starts at 7 o'clock. It's a lot of fun.
And Maddie opens up every night of that open mic
I
with
do.
his own music. So if you want to
Nice.
catch Maddie weekly, you can see him every Tuesday at 7 p.m. sharp because you're never late when you start that thing. You start it on time.
That's
Mostly-
rare free musician.
Between 7 and 7:04.
Okay.
That's it's a pretty tight
Pretty,
window.
pretty close.
And Kirk, there's another one. I have a new song that I've been trying out at open mic because it's like I play first. Nobody wants to go first, right? I'm already like in a safe place because it's my thing, kind of. My friends are behind the bar. It's like, hey, this, like 2 weeks ago, it wasn't that great, and then by last week I was like, okay, I'm still not totally happy with it, but
It's nice to have a place where you can. I do that here to Bob and Kim sometimes. Just
And it
bring in
works.
something raw, and
yeah.
then
Just
if,
to
then if
play
they
it
like
in
raise
front-
their right eyebrow, I'll like take it home and bring it back in a few months
Noted.
later.
It's a great open mic just because that you feel like you can debut like new stuff. And Maddie makes sure to host in the way he's always hosted for, I don't know, what has it been, like 19 years? He always hosts this open mic and he maintains this sense of like safety for all the people that perform. And I really like that about this.
Yes.
this
Y'all
open
Y'all know
mic.
what I'm going to
So
do?
come see us.
I'm going to ensure our station's safety right now
Please.
and do our station identification as it is the top of the hour. You are listening to WHUP LP Hillsboro. And very briefly, because we want to get to the music, we do have a second hour sponsor,
That's right.
and they're delicious.
Support for this second hour of Past the Hat is sweetly provided by Matthew's Chocolates, 104 North Churton Street, Hillsboro, North Carolina, the finest in chocolate and chocolate accessories for all of your chocolate needs. And let's face it, you have chocolate needs. Y'all get over to 104 North Churton Street, say howdy to Matthew, buy all the chocolate that you can fit into your car, and every guest on Past the Hat gets a special chocolate gift This one, a magical chocolate bar with the WHUP microphone on it. Kim calls it the Whoopaphone. And we don't know what's in it other than chocolate, but on the back will be a label.
Dark chocolate, toasted pecans or pecans, caramel or caramel.
Or caramel.
That
Caramel.
sounds- And if you happen to be allergic to pecans, it's okay to leave that here for the Pass the Hat.
We're here for you.
So supportive, you guys. Thank you.
You're saying you'll eat the chocolate if we don't want it?
Here for you.
Essentially, yes.
That's awesome.
But what we're really here for is to hear more of this fantastic music.
Cool. That's so cool. Thanks a lot for having us.
Austin or Dirt Chain. Sounds like we all have time for music.
Let's do Austin.
Yeah.
Okay, this is the only one that has bad words in it. No,
We're not-
I'm
we're
just
not gonna
pretty
say that
proud
every
that it's only the one song that has bad words. And it's not even one of the bad words. It's the S word, not sneakers, but the other S word.
But we're pretty
But we're not
practiced.
going to say it. I might have mentioned the Martha Bassett show before. No, I'm just kidding. Practicing for that was really difficult, though, because it was really hard. This is the time for a song. Yeah,
This
Kirk
is a
like,
beautiful song. I'm going to
"Stop
say something
talking."
real quick about it, just to, then we'll
Please.
get it going. You keep playing. It's hard to pick a favorite, but as the producer, this is my favorite song on the record.
Oh, nice. I miss being young, I miss being wild. You're so far away, so many miles, and I'm tired in Austin. What can I do? I know where you are, but I'm not there with you. Another party in Austin. How do we survive? Dancing on the edge, celebrating being alive. And when the train comes off the tracks, you try to put it back. You got a heart of gold, and when it gets old, you find you see 'em on the map. Another breakdown in Austin. This time it's the curtain call. We didn't miss a single show, but that one band died. Rest in peace. And when the train comes off the tracks, and you try to put it back, you got a heart of gold, and when it gets old, you find you see 'em on the map. So take us on the highway. I know we're safe with you. Break out all the spark plugs and put on your dancing shoes. Sometimes nothing ever changes. Sometimes you don't recognize nothing. If getting lost is familiar, give me another hit. In my coat I found a bunch of old crap put there by an old me. Times are changing, but you still can't buy sleep. But when the train comes off the tracks, you try to put it back. You got a heart of gold, and when it gets old, you find you see 'em on the map. Another heartbreak in Austin. And I'm missing you. Wonder what you've been doing.
Matty Sheets and Laura Jane Vincent.
Thank you.
Laura Jane, a lot of people don't necessarily know or understand what a producer does, and I think you two have come from a position of strength because you're friends, you're long time musical collaborators, and so you have definitely had a springboard. But producer in this project, what was your role?
In this role, well, first of all, I'm also trying to figure out what a producer does. So.
Well,
kidding.
sometimes a producer
kidding.
takes all of your power away from you and just says, "This is the way it's going to be." And
Luckily, that's not the case of what happened with this crew. I'm just going to say for a second that Matty really had a very clear vision already, so he's easy to work with in that sense, right? He knows what to do. He knows kind of what he wants to display. And I was so honored that he asked me and Tom, he trusted me and Tom to kind of work with him. So I did a lot of, just we all worked together. It was really just a team sport. And so my role mostly was kind of helping Matty with all the aspects of which songs are we going to pick, what instruments are we going to play, what are we going to need, what can we get the best out of? Like we have a day that we have 3 people in the studio. What are we going to get the best out of that? And I don't really know, other than, my songwriting mentors when I was a teenager, Al and Mike, I don't know any 2 people that have taught me more about music than Matty and Tom Troyer. So it was really cool to collaborate with the 3 of them.
So in what order was the recording done? Was it like Matty first and with voice and uke, and then in pieces, or
a
what?
little bit like that, yeah.
We did it forwards. Recording backwards is no good.
Well, then you have to take
True.
the tape and flip it upside down. And
We weren't ready to do that.
That's hard to do.
I put like a vocal and my ukulele down first, and then I put my other ukulele on it, and then we had our guests join, sing or play their ukulele.
So some live, some of the building upon a scratch track, and then some live.
Yeah.
And it was just really such a great experience. We spent some time just figuring out just the best way to display Matty's change over to this, because this is kind of a transformative album for him. People have heard him and seen him sing and perform with ukulele now versus what he used to do, and it was just really cool to reflect that properly, I think. And he sounds like himself.
Yeah, and one big thing that Laura did as a producer was to deal with me and deal with my mental health and just like keeping me calm and stuff. I only freaked out like one day. We had a really good time, and we hung out with really cool people.
It's true. Your producer is a little bit like your therapist when you're making a record. And I don't think that they get a good producer. So let's correction. You're right. A good producer can kind of end up being that. And I don't think people really understand how much that producers kind of, I know I get that benefit from producers I've worked with. So not everybody is able to do that. So I was really glad to be able to help with that part of it.
I think, Matty, what you just mentioned is this, instead of having people spread out all over the world and you never saw any of them, to have that kind of bonding in the studio, people coming and going, and that experience is that memory is
absolutely. And some studio magic really happened. I just want to call that out too, because there were some songs we didn't know necessarily what we were going to do. Tom didn't necessarily have an idea. I didn't really. Matty had a vision of it, but when these people came in, like we had, Lady Rinaldi who came in, Stacey Rinaldi, that day was so special. When we got the mixes back, I do remember that Tom named them. It was Rinaldi Day, which I thought was really cute. Rinaldi.
She's big. I mean, her voice is huge.
Her voice is huge, right? So mixing that in appropriately was just, it was so much fun. It was just so much fun putting all these different people that Matty usually plays with in the community in one room together and just trying to have a good time. It was great.
And so people are going to want to get a hold of this.
Absolutely.
What are the plans for rolling it out? Are any songs available yet? Or what's the plan?
I just handed it to you earlier.
Well, for the people listening.
I touched it, but a spark came off of it, so I had to give it back.
All the other people that want to throw money at you to get it,
exactly.
how do they do that?
Well, we released it on the 31st to your various platforms.
Yeah, it's all over.
And then we got a CD. We got some physical copies. So if you go see Matty at any of his shows, like that open mic every Tuesday, you can pick up a
Get
copy.
down to the Green Bean on Tuesday. And
I would love to put out a vinyl of it eventually, because I think it deserves it. Yeah. It's a really lovely made piece of art. So.
And it's been mastered, as you'll be able to tell when we listen to it. It's beautiful. I don't know how far you've gotten in that process, but this is my farthest.
Oh, you mean the
And
mastering of a record?
Mastering is definitely
This
worth
is
it.
interesting. Matty had
Mastering-
not mastered any of his records before, and I didn't know that.
I've never
I
done
thought
that.
that he had.
Well, it
And
adds
so
some fairy dust in it.
when
Yeah.
you, even as little as I know about producing, because granted, I was a lot more on the other side of things, whereas Tom was a lot more on the actual touching the buttons and making the mixes happen. But yeah, I learned a lot about what mastering can do, as I've made records, but I didn't realize that Matty hadn't gotten that experience before. So it was really cool to play him the mastered version after we got it back
So
from
did
Mark
Tom do
Dillon,
that, or
right?
you sent it out to another place?
Shout out to
Another
Mark
place.
Dillon,
Mark Dillon.
who mastered this album for us.
He's all
beautifully.
right. He's all right.
We are okay
He's
with
all
him.
right. And so, like, now it sounds like other songs do. It sounds the same. When I told my mom that, she said, "You mean quality-wise, right?" And I'm like, "Well, yeah, I guess. Yes. Quality-wise, it's as good."
Something that Tom makes sure to do in the studio when he's mixing and mastering is that he'll play like just a regular song from Spotify right up against something he's mixing and mastering. So that's a good way to test how
Kinda
the quality's going to
Sets
be.
his ear to.
And we got to do that
decide
for
what to
Matty's
do.
record. It was fun.
Well, we want to take advantage of the time that we have left. So if you'd be
I
so
saw
kind,
you looking at your watch.
It's time for music.
it's
Okay.
plenty of time.
Okay.
Hit the road, maybe?
Sure.
And by the way, while you're getting ready, Glenn Jones says howdy and thinks
Oh,
you're
Hi,
hello.
Glenn.
cool.
Thank
Glenn.
you, Glenn.
What did he say?
He said that
Howdy.
room is full of all the cool people.
He knows what's up.
And nobody can see what we see, which
goodness.
is you three fine folks in glasses and blue shirts.
That's very intentional.
We are all in blue shirts.
We are in blue today.
Since we're at a radio station, I'd be remiss to say that in the sense of old school music, this was the first single from the record.
This is the
All right.
first single. Yeah.
Let's hear it.
If there is a radio station that will pick it up, this is the song it will be. So
And Lady Rinaldi plays kazoo on this song, on the record.
don't miss it.
Life is messy and I love it. Stick around, clap your hands and get some more of it. I'll fall again, and you will too. We'll try to walk with something true. Let's hit the road. Let's get back on the road. We'll get there then. Where are we heading next? I think it's gonna be the best. Yeah, let's get back. It's nice to see you again, our instant friends. We'll be there until the end. The doctor said, "You're doing good." She said we should do another tour with our family, and that's just us. Let's hit the road. Let's get back on the road. We'll get there then. Where are we heading next? I think it's gonna be the best. Do, 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 do.
the road. Let's get back on the road. We'll get there then. Where are we heading next? I think it's gonna be the best.
I was waiting for your mouth.
That was nice.
Thank you.
Oh, man. What a fantastic show so far. And by the way, Leah Kaufman also chimed in and said she's enjoying the cool kids here in the studio.
These wonderful people
Hey.
tuning in. Thank you so much.
Yeah, this
These
is
are
good.
all
Y'all are
talented, wonderful people that are tuning
I'm glad.
in. Thank you.
I haven't been working with social media much these days, other than YouTube, but I just like old school just texted a bunch of people today and sent them your link.
Excellent.
We do all methods of promo.
Bob, remind everybody how they can go see the stream on demand.
Yeah.
Well, if you're watching it right now, you don't need to know how, hopefully, but you can. You can if you want to catch the last few minutes. Get out to at WHUP Pass the Hat at Whoop Pass the Hat on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch.
It's always fun to me.
And of course, if you want to catch the entire thing, both Facebook and YouTube archive them forever, so you can see this show in its entirety, plus the past few years of shows in their entirety, both on the Facebook and on YouTube. Forever. Until somebody buys YouTube and tanks it and all the stuff's lost.
Here's hoping
Right. Yeah, who knows?
that we keep it around.
Maddie,
So much
I'm-
good footage that you guys have, by the way. It's just everyone go watch the archive footage. There's so many good bands that have been here.
I love
you.
watching this show. I watch
Yeah,
this
we watch it
show
a lot.
all the time.
Thank
we
you.
really do.
Maddie, regarding the writing of your songs, it seems to me that there's not a lot that you won't write about. That I see the titles of your songs, I hear what your song's about, and you go into very mundane territory and you delve deeply into it. And you also go into hilarious territory, like he really said that. Yes, he did. And how do you make those decisions like, yep, I'm going to say the thing?
That's a good question. I pretty much say yes all the time. But this album especially, it feels like I'm dealing with a lot of heavy stuff, but I'm good. Like I had to write about a lot of those feelings. Like the first song we did, 4 Flat Tires.
Mm-hmm.
It was just about like, living my life is a lot different than it used to be, even
Sure.
from the first time I came on this show.
Right.
And it's just like, the beauty is that like we pulled this off. I got help from Laura Jane Vincent, and we made a record, and the community funded this record. Like, we
Yeah.
got it mastered, and all that was community funded.
This was completely funded. We forget to mention that this whole album, every bit of the money we spent went to Maddie's health and to making this record, and it was funded by the community. They were ready for you.
It's huge. It feels really good. Music is good for us.
It's
too.
therapy. Yeah.
That feels really good. And just feeling love from you guys right now, from Laura, from the community, from people at open mic, or from people who just say, hey, thanks for sharing your music and send me $1 or whatever,
Right.
That's awesome. Like saying thank you for your music. Like, I mean, I don't want to die, but like, it feels like I did good work, it feels really good. Like, I don't want to say I could die happy, but I guess I do want to say that because I said it.
Yeah.
Fair. But in the words of Barry Allen Staples just moments ago, thanks, Maddie and LV, take your time.
You got to take your time. He's right.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
There's
Yeah.
a Mississippi. Do you want me to tell you what he's talking about?
Do it. Yeah.
There's a
Yes.
Mississippi Fred
He's a
McDowell
friend.
record
Mm-hmm.
from a long time ago. It's called I Don't Play No Rock and Roll. And it's the most rock and roll record that he has. He plays an electric guitar. There's a drummer. There's a bass player. So he's just like the kind of old blues player that just like has it all up in his head, and he's just like boom, boom, boom. But he starts this one song, and it's like, you know, the rhythm is like really jumping on it, and he's just like, take your time. Take your time. Like, and that is just Barry was my drummer at one point, and I used to say that to him often.
It's like an old
Drummers
version
do
of.
tend to get out in front of things sometimes.
Yes, old version of Take Your Time.
Well, I was about to say that's an old version of how you start shows that we play together. You always say nice and easy.
Nice
like
and
when we're
easy.
getting a little,
Yes.
we get a little too fast for you. You're like nice and easy, and it just reminds us. All right, you're right, Maddie.
Well,
take your
Maddie
time.
and Laura, I think that we're going to say absolutely yes. I think we can probably get in 2 more songs.
Okay.
Oh, man.
If you would like to.
Yeah,
play for us.
this is
Okay.
fun. I'm having a great time. Let's see. Oh, I wanted to do 5. Throw that in there.
Sure.
You cool with that?
I'm cool with that.
And then now, just because we have extra time, I'd like to do an old song just because I feel for you guys losing your friend.
I think that's fine.
Thank you.
Yay.
Okay. So here's one more off the record. Let's do that first. Yes?
Yeah.
Yes. The true story. It's like, does that make it better? We'll see. I fed the dog. I fed the cat. I took my tools out of the car. I filled it with my guitar. I'm out of here. I'm out of here. I got lost outside, like when I ran away when I was 5. You're from out of town. The phone bill would be hell. I don't care about flowers. You've got no more powers over me. Powers over me. I got lost outside, like when I ran away when I was 5. I got lost outside, like when I ran away when I was 5. I don't care about flowers. I don't care about powers. I care that you never showed up. I'm out of here. I'm out of here. I got lost outside, like when I ran away when I was 5. I got lost outside, like when I ran away when I
so much respect and love to all the different artists that sang with Matty on this record. I'm doing impressions of all of them, so I highly recommend you guys listen
job.
in.
Yeah, good job indeed.
Thank you.
And as Kim mentioned, we do have time for one more song if you're
What's
willing
this
to
last
jump right
one?
into one.
Yep. I want to do a song about Laura Jane Vincent's husband, Mr. Tippett.
We love him.
Aw.
The song's called Dave's Home. It's from the point of view of their dog, William.
I'll never get over it as long as I live. It's the sweetest
You
thing.
know how dogs are. They really are, like, ready for you to get home, right?
Unrequited love.
Yeah, especially during that time when, like,
When
you're
it's-
not there.
And when it's feeding time.
So that's the version of the dog that I get to see. Because I spend time with dogs when their owners leave, you know,
Ah, yes.
typically.
He was watching Willie for me while I was preparing for Glendon Fest. I was hammering curtains onto the stage, and so it was a cool moment in time.
I walked up the stairs so I could see further. There's a big truck full of toilets in the driveway. There's gonna be more trucks. There's gonna be more cars. But there's only one I'm looking for. I'll know it when I see it. I'll know it when I smell him. Dave's home.
Dave's home.
Dave's home. It's been a
Long day.
uh-huh. Dave's home.
Dave's home.
Dave's home. It must have been 5,000 years. All these people, all these dogs, it must be Glendon Fest again. All these smells, I wanna lick some of them. So many places to hide, so many places to run. Then I catch a familiar scent, and I know who's on drums. Dave's home.
Dave's home.
Dave's home must have been. I'll wait all year or longer. Dave's home.
Dave's home.
Dave's home. It must have been 5,000 years. Dave's home.
Dave's home.
Dave's home.
Dave's
I'll wait all year or longer. Dave's home.
Dave's home.
Dave's home. It must have been 5,000 years. It must have been 5,000 years. It must have been 5,000 years. No,
There's an extended solo there.
That's how it's going to be at Kirk's house in about 15 minutes. Kirk's home. Kirk's home.
It's
they're
a
great.
universal
Those
thing
kids
now.
are great.
Folks, you have been listening to the inimitable Matty Sheets and Laura Jane Vincent. Matty's new album is called
Ukuleles Till Dawn.
You Can Stream It, which is fine, but
That's fine.
also
We don't mind.
go buy it. Go throw money at Matty.
Get to the green bean. Find Matty. Throw money at him.
Yes.
It's available on Bandcamp if you want to throw some digital dollars that way.
Bandcamp
to
Friday is
Matty.
coming up in 3 more Fridays, I
Exactly.
think.
Nice.
So we're going to, if you will wave to the live stream,
Bye, y'all.
Thank you.
but don't go away, or go away to either TuneIn Radio, WHUP FM, or tune in at WHUPFM.org and click Listen Live at the top. You can plug it into your car to that USB port, and you can keep on driving while listening to Matty Sheets' playlist of other songs that he's loving, that he's written,